Hi everyone, and welcome to the Ghost Town of California Languages, where we mine for the bones of languages native to California. Welcome to episode 5. Today we'll be diving into the Chumash culture and languages. Chumash itself means makers of shell bead money or seashell people. They were a coastal tribe occupying 7,000 square miles of territory, including Malibu, Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo, and the Channel Islands. They were bordered by Malibu, Paso Robles, and San Joaquin Valley. The Chumash was also a very large tribe with up to 20,000 members. However, the Spanish mission system had a devastating effect on the population, similar to other tribes. 5 missions were established in the Chumash territory, including Santa Ynez, La Purísima Concepción, and Santa Barbara. Tens of thousands of Chumash members were killed because of forced labor and newly introduced European diseases. These horrible slavery conditions attempted to strip the people of their culture and language. The Chumash revolted in 1824 in 3 of the missions, and it was the largest uprising against missions in history. Since the Chumash were a coastal tribe, they heavily relied on the ocean for its abundant resources. Hence, they received their name bead makers. For thousands of years, beads and shells served as their currency, as well as created beautiful bracelets and trade items. They used it for purchasing food, services, paying back debt, extending social networks, and facilitating overall trade. It formed an integral part of their society. Bigger, more eye-catching beads were used for decoration as well. For well over 10,000 years, the Chumash were extremely knowledgeable about the ocean and formed a maritime culture because of their strong ties to the environment. They utilized traditional plank canoes called tomols, which were used for fishing and travel. They were constructed from redwood and are anywhere from 8 to 30 feet long. Today, they are still used by Chumash members to appreciate their culture. In fact, every fall, Chumash crews paddle 23 miles across the Santa Barbara Channel to Malibu, or Santa Cruz Island, at dawn and follow the stars. When they arrive at Scorpion Ranch, the Chumash community living there welcomes them with warm hugs and traditional songs. The Chumash also created intricate rock art on cliffs, mountains, and inside caves. They featured pictographs, which are brightly colored drawings of people, animals, or abstract circles, as well as petroglyphs, or engravings. The rock art would tell a story or be used for traditional events. These cultural remnants are still visible today. Look at this beautiful rock art in Santa Barbara County. Since the Chumash was such a large group, smaller subgroups evolved within it. Right now, there are around 148 identified village sites that still exist today. Villages would range in size from as large as a town to smaller than an average neighborhood. The Chumashan language family houses 7 related but distinct languages, including Barbareño, Ineseño, Purísimeño, Ventureño, and Obispeño. The Chumash prefer calling their language by its native name rather than the Spanish mission's name, however. Although all are considered extinct since there are no first language speakers, the extensive Chumash community has been of great help. Revitalization efforts are large-scale, and members are working very hard to maintain the language. The Shmuik Language School at Huixtoyo's Chumash Village opened in 2010, and Chumash elders Johnny Moreno and Deborah Sanchez spread the sounds of their culture to younger generations. Here, young children learn through songs, stories, and dances under the guidance of these 2 very knowledgeable individuals. Huixtoyo, a native-led 501c3 organization, strives to protect the Chumash culture, language, environment, and ways of life. Dr. Richard Applegate, distinguished linguist and expert in the Chumash language, also works with a small group of members to revitalize and study the language. The Chumash culture is visible in many parts of modern Southern California as well. Malibu, a very popular beach site, was actually named by the Chumash people. Mali means where the mountain meets the sea, and Wu means the surf sounds loudly. It's fascinating to see how we're looking at the same land, and so much has changed, yet so much seems to be the same as well. Pepperdine University in Malibu also has a land acknowledgement for the Chumash community. They also have a Chumash cultural presentation in the surfboard room on September 27th, where they will invite Carmen Sandoval, artist, consultant, educator, jewelry designer, painter, and printer maker, to share the beauty of her culture. I'm so glad to see that our community is celebrating the Chumash. It's so wonderful to see all their language revitalization efforts and organizations to practice their beautiful, rich culture. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore the Chumash language. Have an amazing day, everyone, and I'll see you next week.